Knock his ass out, T.
I can't. Oh, he dropped him.
Well. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show with Mike and T. How are you, T?
Oh, I gotta tell you, man, I've been better.
Yeah, rough day?
Yeah, I'm not quite as like the McDonald's lemonade bad, you know?
Yeah, right.
I was out in those like 45-mile-an-hour winds today.
Dude.
That is, I mean, that was brutal.
I thought we were going to get a tree through the house at one point. It was loud.
Yeah, I spent a good portion of the day up on about 30 feet in the air on a lift, too.
Yeah. Cherry picker?
We call them scissor lifts, but sure, same thing.
Yeah.
I don't pick cherries with them, but yeah.
I can see scissor lift because of the scissor-like action that lifts it. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I'll still probably call it a cherry picker.
Fair enough. We call them scissor lift.
Scissor lifts, yeah. Is it a lesbian thing or just strictly because of the pattern?
Yeah. Well, you know, we're electricians, so we have weird names for stuff. Our cutters are dikes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Going with the lesbian theme. I like it.
Sure.
Yeah, very good.
We have wire pulling things, a horse cock, things like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Strippers, obviously.
Yeah.
You know.
Sure.
So it's standard.
Yeah, I had a rough day too.
Did you?
I'm doing better now, but yeah, I woke up at like 3 a.m, had to take a piss, one of those.
Yeah.
Long pisses.
Yeah,
you know?
there on those too.
And I get out of bed and I'm like, what the fuck? I feel like I'm gonna fall over. Like I've got vertigo or something. I'm dizzy. I'm like holding myself up on the counter, and then I kind of limp over to the bathroom, and I'm like holding the wall and stumbled back to bed. And then when I woke up, finally, I went back to bed and I slept for quite a while. I let the dog out and just let Cece stay down here, and then went back to bed. And when I woke up, I was still like fucking dizzy and So I don't know what that was about. I was worried my blood sugar was low, but it wasn't.
Okay.
So I don't know, but through the day I've gotten better. I've had a couple brief bouts of like, but I don't know.
Malnourished, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe. I haven't eaten yet today. So
Wow, see, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm sensing a theme here.
Yeah. But I've been doing that for weeks, where I just kind of haven't.
It's catching up.
Maybe.
See? Yeah. I mean, I'm no doctor, but I'm just guessing.
Yeah, I should probably call my doctor and get in there and just go, what's going on here?
Yeah, I was going to say eat, fucker.
Yeah.
You have to eat, you know, you can't fast like that. You have to eat healthy. You have to eat proteins. You have to eat things like that because your body needs it.
Well, you made some delicious chicken breasts the other night.
Yeah.
And you know me and my non-penchant for leftovers.
Oh, I do.
Well, I went in last night about 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And I wasn't drinking or anything, but I was just like, man, I'm starving. I haven't eaten dinner. And I heated that thing up. It was so good.
Excellent.
So I did eat that last night.
Good,
that was the last thing I ate. So that should have kept me through this
I would think so.
almost.
Yeah.
But
okay.
I don't know.
Well, besides that, I don't know. Maybe you had food poisoning off the shitty chicken. It's possible.
No, the chicken was delicious. It was fantastic.
Excellent.
I didn't want it to end. And those were huge chicken titties too.
Yeah, they took a long time to cook.
Yeah.
Big old titties. Big old bitties.
They really were. But I ended up slicing that thing into like 4 separate. I like filleted it into 4 separate pieces, and then I was able to nuke it warm.
That's good.
And it was good. Yeah. Hey, I wanted to start the show. A couple things. I'm wearing my TDC shirt.
That's a good looking shirt.
Yeah, it is.
Show that off.
But I'm freezing, so I don't want to. So I threw on a sweatshirt too. But
You should have thrown on the TDC hoodie.
yeah, I could have. But I was wearing this T-shirt, and I'm like, it just looks so good. if you want one for yourself, radiofor1.com, you can get it there. Perfect for the holiday, for the monster on your Christmas shopping day list.
Yeah. Who doesn't want one of those?
Yeah, T-shirts, tank tops for the ladies. Sweatshirts are great. They're all great. So Amazon link is there, Amazon Canada. So there's no excuse for our neighbors to the north to not be shopping through our website, and they give a little kickback back to us. Locally, nationally, Amazon.com. Just go to radiofor1.com, click on the Amazon link, shop away as normal. We'll get a little kickback. It's always important for us during the holiday season for that kind of thing. My Pillow as well. Just use promo code TDC. They've got so much stuff now, whether you go to just to mypillow.com or mystore.com.
Yeah, my store's loaded.
Yeah, tons of stuff. And it's all really great. I tell you, or I just wouldn't plug it if it was like, God, these slippers are garbage or something like that. But they're not. They're really good. I enjoy them. You enjoy them. And I haven't heard any complaints from people.
No, so far everything's been top notch.
Yeah.
To be honest.
So do that. Groupon is there for people that use Groupon. These are all active links, and our Patreon page, which is great. Buy that monster on your list, a year-long subscription to TDC Podcast, and that would help a lot.
There you go.
We want to jump that up some more. So, and then on a sadder note, but hopefully more positive, we did a show dedicated exclusively to Ash Mathis the other day. Mm-hmm. I got to admit, that was a really tough show to get through. That one really hit me hard. Hit you hard.
Always does.
We've both got enough for a lifetime as far as dealing with that sort of thing. It's never easy. It's always really difficult. And Ash was an original. She's an OG monster. From day one, she's been there, been supportive of this show. She's been to events, even though she didn't live in the state. She was at multiple events, and a lot of our, listenership has met her and loved her and adored her, and they're just in shock. And, we wanted to do what we could to help out somehow. I know this stuff gets very, very expensive.
Yeah.
Sure I mean, they really take advantage, of these tragic situations when families are going through hell and they can't even get a thought together, when dealing with stuff like this. And so Christina Costa put together a GoFundMe. It's hard to say what we can do and this and that, but if the monsters can come out and show some love,
absolutely,
for a family in need, especially at the holidays, we'd certainly appreciate it. And we'll have AA Ron put the GoFundMe link in the page, the show page, and stuff like that. But if you go to GoFundMe and if you go to GoFundMe.com, upper left side, there's a search bar, and if you just type in Ash Mathis, it pops right up.
Of course, yeah.
And I'd like to bury the amount of money that they're looking for, which is $5,000.
Yeah.
And this, the family didn't ask for this. The family didn't reach out. This is just on us. It's just what can we do if there's a way to help out in things people don't think about, which is transporting a body.
There's so many costs associated with it. Having my dad, it's crazy. And being young and healthy, you always aren't prepared for this.
Yeah.
And having a family, things you don't always have money around. I'm not saying they don't have money, but it's just not something that's on your radar. A lot of people don't have life insurance policies at that point.
Right.
So. And we're monsters, but we're family.
Yeah,
and that's the reality. That's what it really boils down to. It would do the same thing for any,
Yep.
So, and hope that everybody feels the same way.
Yeah, and traditionally that's worked really well. I've struggled the last, I don't know how long I've been back, a year, whatever it's been, with knowing how many people are still with us, how many people are listening or care, and I hear from people all the time, which is helpful. Walters at DetroitCast.com, but it's hard to know what are people still hanging in with us? Do they still care and this and that? So it's a good test to put something like this to be a part of it and promote it. And hopefully people will donate. Like I said, the family didn't ask for it, but everything will go to them. And I'm learning firsthand that because I've never gone through this where it's my family involved. Like my mom and dad, thank God, are still here. My brother and sister, And so I haven't had to bear the costs of, going through a funeral like you have and so many have, and what that entails, whether it's a luncheon after a funeral that, you think about it. I've never paid for myself at one of those luncheons.
No, you don't.
The family covers that. And if we can help out a little bit and help them through this really, really difficult time, I can't even imagine, especially with the holidays. And like you said, so young.
Yeah.
And we've had minimal contact, but Christina more so than me because, I don't know Todd. I knew Ash, through events and just being a TDC monster and an OG. But I want to be very careful on how we tread about this because I don't want to intrude. I don't want to make assumptions. I don't want to do any of that stuff. No. But Christina knows them more than I do. And so it sounds like whatever we raise will go to costs like that, and then the rest will be donated to suicide prevention, which is you can't ask any more from the family. So,
and it's you don't have to give, and you don't have to give a lot.
Right.
If you want to give $5, something, just a thought.
Yep, and you could do it anonymously too.
Anonymously, exactly. There's a million things that you can do.
Yeah, and it was cool. I went on the GoFundMe again, Ash Mathis, ASH MATHIS. And I already saw a couple monster names on there, that have donated. And so if we can help them along, I think it's we owe that to them. And
sure.
And so anyway, yeah. Is that mine?
That is you.
Oh yeah, that's Gabra. We'll call Steve back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to get some information before the show, but
yeah, he didn't answer in time.
Too late.
Sorry, pal.
Too late.
Too late is right. So
you're getting the old read.
Yep. Anyway, God, what a cold and windy day out there.
You don't say.
Yeah, I know. You don't want to hear from me. Cece kept wanting to go in and out, in and out, in and out, like all afternoon. I'm like, dude, you're killing me here. Every time I opened the door, it was like just fucking freezing. Now I'm freezing down here. Did we turn on the heater?
Sure did.
I forgot to turn it on. Why don't you
kick that bad boy up?
Yeah. Anyway, why don't we get to what's going on in the world, T, which is, I think, what we do best. Discussing whatever's going on in the world, and we've got some fun stories, we've got some not so fun stories. We'll get through as much as we can.
That's the way the world works.
Yeah,
some good stuff, some bad stuff.
What's with this celebration sweatshirt? Does that mean anything, or is it just straight up celebration?
That is a town, a little near Disney in Florida.
Really?
Yeah, small little. Go there. My mom and stepdad used to go down there every year for like February. They'd rent a place down there.
Yeah.
So we'd always go down. It worked out perfect with the kids for their winter break.
Yeah.
It was always in February.
Would you guys always go to Disney?
Not always. We've been there. We would do it a little bit. As kids got older, like it's just insane the money that thing is. But
God, it's crazy.
I'd rather do different things. It's one of those things that it's good to do. I would do it, but I don't need to go and do the same shit all the time.
Yeah.
No, we go over to the Clearwater Beach, we go to Busch Gardens. We'll do different stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's funny.
But this is it's just a little town. There's a restaurant in there that's got some. It's like a Boston themed restaurant. I forget what the hell it's called, but got dope lobster.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. My family really wants to do Disney again. They all went a few years ago, and one of our listeners works for Disney and was able to really hook them up with, like unbelievable pricing on the big hotel there that's really expensive, and they just had a blast. They had a blast there, and I didn't go, but they're like, Uncle Mike has to come this time, and so they're talking about doing that, but it's just like, God, I just think of like endless long lines, and
it's a disaster,
and the cost is outrageous.
Happiest place on earth, my ass.
Yeah.
But
when you take kids that are 4 and 3, they can't go on all the rides. They're not going to remember it, and you've just dropped, $10,000-$12,000 on this trip.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We
took the Chloe. Chloe was a runner, my youngest.
Yeah.
So first time we took her, she was in a stroller.
Yeah.
So she was contained.
Yeah.
The second time we took her, she was a runner.
Oh.
So we had her on one of them kid leashes.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Oh yeah. I had
she's
more
a
than
runner. She would just take
she would
off?
just fucking book, and not like to get away. She was just an explorer,
fun, yeah.
And you in a crowd like that, like fucking 2 feet tall.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not fucking doing that.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, I had
so funny.
many conversations like,
yeah,
like she's a stray. What do you want? Fuck off.
What, people were questioning you putting her on a leash?
Yeah, you have a kid on a leash, you monster.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like, those leashes are everywhere. You see those all the time.
Well, this was also, 20 years ago now.
Right.
It was that, they didn't have kid leashes then, so it was an actual dog leash. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, oh, shit.
It wasn't the leash so much as the collar around her neck that they had a problem with. It was a cute pink one with spikes on it.
We had a muzzle on her and a fucking collar, a spike collar. That's funny.
Oh, yeah. Every time somebody said, I was like, you want to fucking watch her?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm keeping her on a fucking leash.
Yeah.
I
do not need to track this thing.
I'm not losing this one. I'm already pissed off enough. We're not dealing with that.
Yeah, that's just got to be such a bummer, man. The cost of it is what all I see, and it's thousands.
Yeah, it is,
and that's before you get the special pass that lets you jump lines and stuff.
It is a single day ticket to Disneyland in California.
Yeah,
$104.
Okay. I wonder if that's the same at Disney World.
Well, that's California.
That's no. Disneyland is California.
Yeah. Right. Isn't
Disney
that where you guys
World
were going?
is Florida. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I was.
Okay.
There, because that's where you were going.
Oh, okay. Okay. But that's not as good as the one in Orlando. The one in Orlando.
I've never been to the California one.
No, it's smaller.
Yeah.
But, family's much, much closer
makes more sense
to that one. But I was thinking, when they're 4 and 3, they're not going to remember. So now that they're like 8 and 6.
You know what I've been to out there that was pretty fucking good, at least, 50 years ago when I was a kid, was Knott's Berry Farm. Is that still a thing?
Probably.
Yeah.
What is it like
amusement
like
park?
Rides and stuff?
Yeah, it was. I have no idea what it's at, what it's like now, but it was like a Cedar Point kind of thing.
Uh-huh. I know I've been to Great America, which is like, it almost shares a parking lot with Levi Stadium where the Niners play.
Oh, okay.
So that's out there. I think it's Great America. But, my grandma took me there as a kid. And I think that's the place I got kicked off the swing ride because I was too fat.
Oh, boy.
So I've got sour memories about that when they were like,
yeah, you there in the red sweatshirt. You're way too fucking fat for this ride. We're going to have to ask you to leave.
It's not going to work.
They made the announcement through the whole park, and it was just like,
boy.
really? Just me? Just me? Really? Walking around
There
this
wasn't
place
another
all
fatty
day?
you could point at and be like, what about them? Look
yeah.
at this moose.
Yeah. What about her and him and her? They're fucking way huger than me.
Yeah, no doubt.
So, yeah, but I think they would have booted someone like you, too. I think not because of weight, but just you're a big dude.
Oh, no,
At
I've done the swings
6'3".
plenty of times.
Well, it's a little different. I know where you're going with that, asshole. Thank you
Just
for that.
saying, I haven't been kicked off. That's all.
I think in fairness, we were because we had such toddlers with us.
You're in the little kid side.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And so Mad Dog was still in a stroller, and the boys were bigger, but not big enough to go on the big rides.
Gotcha.
And so they had a whole area, but they still looked like there were plenty of adults on there, so it was still humiliating.
Right.
But, I have a feeling someone like you at, 240 or whatever, 6'3", probably wouldn't have been able to go on those kiddie ones.
Yeah, we'll say, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, I would have totally been kicked off, too.
Yeah, the whole thing's just tilted one way.
Right. It's just like a fan that's out of balance.
Whole thing's So, yeah, I think I'd like to go. I went to Disney in Orlando as a kid. Epcot Center I found boring. I was that young.
Yeah.
But Space Mountain was all I wanted to do. I just kept going over on Space Mountain over and over and over. But anyway, let's see. The Soup Administration's non-binary nuclear waste guru.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is the Sam Britton.
Okay.
He's the guy that was in the picture with old Rick Levine. And Sam dresses like a chick constantly. Sam is the one that all the photos have come out of. He's into fetishes.
I was gonna say the one with like the dog, like dressed like a dog in leather or something, or
yeah, he's got like people on their hands and knees with dog masks on, and he's got their leashes.
Oh, he's a kinky bitch, is he?
Oh yeah, loads of kink.
Gotcha.
Loads of, and just a freaky looking dude, shaved head, mustache, lipstick, the whole works. And when it's like, well, you're representing the nation. I gotta think it's kind of hilarious for the rest of the world.
Yeah. Now, does this
take us
person
seriously?
does this person identify as trans, or is this just a cross-dressing thing, or what? Because
He's super into kink.
yeah.
So he does a lot of kink. I don't know if he identifies as what. I don't know what it is.
No, I'm just curious.
He's by the way, the Deputy Assistant Secretary of the Office of Spent Fuel and Waste Disposition. And he's a chemist.
Okay.
There's no denying his background. He's got the background. He's not a dumb guy.
Yeah.
Still,
I mean,
weird.
Yeah. I mean, this just screams professionalism, I would think.
So, yeah, and just looking good, sir. Looking good.
And the funniest part is that's like one of the. At least he looks like a dude in that one.
Yeah.
So
what is that? It's ropes.
I think,
wrapped around
I
him?
think that's a bit of a bondage type theme.
So would that be something you could hook a leash to the back of it and then it could crawl around on all fours?
I'm not going to have that conversation after I just told you I had my daughter on a leash.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
We're gonna divert from that one.
Sure. He's could be facing 5 years in prison.
Really?
Yeah, for stealing a purse at the airport.
Was this just a mistaken?
Sure.
Is that what we're going to go with? That this
Oh,
is.
Jesus. God, that's hideous.
I know. Look at that.
Fuck.
Yeah. So, yeah, based on what the CNN definition or whatever, that this can't be trans because there's no way that person could look like a woman the next day.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
huh?
I don't think that's passing as a woman anytime soon.
No.
Shit. He could be facing 5 years for bag theft. He presented a seminar titled Spanking from Calculus to Chemistry over in Europe.
Wait, spanking from calculus to chemistry?
Yeah.
The fuck do those have to do with each other?
Well, I imagine if you're talking about angles,
That's
if you're
geometry.
spanking an ass.
That's geometry.
Okay. What would be
Chemistry, like what lube to
cum
use?
versus lube if you mix it together?
Yeah. Okay.
Light it on
Sugars
fire.
versus proteins, kind of thing.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
I get it.
Yeah. He presented the event under the pseudonym Nuclear Nerd.
Okay.
He's been teaching. There again. This he goes by that they them there.
It's a they them. Are they?
So he's been teaching physics of kink classes at university and community events across the country for years. They have been active in the kink world since 2013. Host monthly kink parties at their dungeon in Washington D.C.
Excellent.
And estimate they have spanked over, and this is not my words, this is their words, estimated they have spanked over 2,000 cute butts.
Okay. All right. Congratulations. That's a lot of butts.
It's a lot of cute butts.
It's a lot of paddling.
I wonder-
but how many exactly? Oh, 2,000 cute butts. Were they all cute? Or
Yeah,
is that-
no, not
How many?
possible.
How many butts do we have to go through to get to 2,000 cute butts?
20 million?
Yeah, maybe.
Since
There
2000.
could be a screening process though before you get to the spanking.
Yeah, true. Since 2019, Britton has been married to their husband, Kevin. Proud sir and lover of my long-term submissive and husband, bound and love to keep him tied up and ready to be used as needed.
Awesome.
Yeah, representing the United States.
Sounds like a
government.
sex slave.
Yeah. I am sadistic, but will always respect limits, and am happy to push them as you need. Bondage and control are my fortes. Flogging, chastity, fisting, electro. I've done them all and will happily put a guy through them. My passion for kink comes through getting a guy to a fun, submissive headspace. Oh, I tend to give the best spankings you've ever received. Not cocky, just proud of my red asses.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
That's a
listen,
mouthful right there.
that is a lot going on. Now, let me preface this by saying, I'll never kink shame anybody. Do you, man?
Do you, dog?
Do you? Do you?
I've interviewed women that kink their asses off.
Whatever.
Great interviews.
No doubt. No
Yeah.
doubt. I have no issues with any of that. My only, is you're in a high profile position. Perhaps we could keep that door closed a little bit.
Not possible now, but I appreciate where you're going.
Yeah, that closet door's wide open.
Oh.
So, That's all. A time and a place for everything. If this is what your true passion is, then perhaps you should, step down and pursue this specifically.
Yeah.
Again, I don't want to infer that this person is not capable of doing their job and doing it well because of other interests.
Because of spanking red asses and cute butts?
Things like that, yes.
Yeah.
But...
Is this good to get out in the open? Like, would it be worse if this dude was just hiding the shit out of this and then could be blackmailed over it? If someone goes through his computer, say China, Russia, and then it's like, oh, God, you're being blackmailed because you're into spanking cute butts?
Yeah, but, there's nothing, he's not doing anything illegal. He's not doing anything wrong.
Yeah, but what kind of message does it send? Those pictures are disturbing of him with like 4 grown-ass men in thongs and dog masks on leashes.
But if everything's consensual, then there are no issues on
the streets,
any
though,
level.
publicly.
I'm not saying it's appropriate. I'm just saying that it is what it is.
Like, if those pictures were of him in his quote-unquote dungeon in D.C., like, do you, man? You're adults. As long as you're not fucking with kids.
Sure.
I don't care.
Yeah.
But when you're on the streets, Well,
this is, again, where this sort of conflict of interest comes in
right.
a little bit. And it speaks volumes to where we're at as a society and some of the messages that are being broadcast loudly and proudly to not only adults, but to the children.
Yeah.
So,
what do you think about the stealing of the suitcase at the airport?
I don't know the details on this.
I'll give you some.
I'm sure this could be just. I thought that was my purse. It looks. Many purses look alike.
I think it was a smallish suitcase.
Okay.
So it wasn't like a purse.
Now suitcases can definitely look alike. Although I would think that my guess would be that this person would have a flaming pink or black leather. With
it would be
knots tied around it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
That would be my guess, that this would be an unmistakable suitcase.
To your point, I will never again buy just like a black suitcase.
No.
Like my main suitcase, if I'm going to be gone for more than a week, I have a small gray and black one that I do for, it's a weekend in Chicago. Yeah. Then I have a much bigger one, the one your daughter borrowed, that's all black. And the amount of just black suitcases, I do find myself like, is that mine? So I've tied like a
little red
ribbon on it, on the handle.
Something.
Yeah, so that I can identify it. But then that guy comes out with one that's all duct taped and green, and it's like so much easier.
Yep, right.
To know that
Spot
that's
it
mine.
from a mile away.
Yeah.
As soon as it drops down the chute, you're like, me.
Mine.
Right.
Yeah. So in the future, I will.
All these assholes that are looking.
Yeah.
Pick it up. Nope. Put it down.
Nope, not mine. Not mine. Yeah, so I will never again buy just a black suitcase.
Yeah.
So
I'm guessing you will never buy a suitcase.
Probably won't have a need for it.
But just a guess, if you were to buy another suitcase, it would not be a generic suitcase.
No.
Or just why don't you just slap like a big old TDC sticker on there or something?
Yeah, I suppose I could do that, or sew a patch onto it.
Something cool like Newberg's guitar case, where it's just you kind of put all stickers from your world travels on there.
Yeah, that's not a
really
bad idea.
Personalize it that way.
Yeah. So tell me if you believe his story. At first, Britain told police they accidentally took the suitcase with contents worth $2,325 from Minneapolis St. Paul International Airport back on September 16th around 4:45 p.m. They said, if I had taken the wrong bag, I am happy to return it, but I don't have clothes for another individual. That was my clothes when I opened the bag. I imagine it'd be really easy to decipher his clothes. Their clothes, excuse me.
I mean, so he's saying that it was his bag. So he's saying that he did not take the wrong bag?
At first.
Sorry.
If I took the wrong bag, my bad, but I opened the bag and it was my stuff inside.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Continue.
However, they finally came clean and admitted to taking the bag, although blamed tiredness for the mistake. I've been pretty fucking tired before.
Yeah.
Never stole someone else's bag at the airport.
No.
I mean, I guess anything's possible. Hell, I'm flying in a couple weeks too.
And again, was it based on the fact that I did it accidentally and then tried to play it off so that you didn't like, oh no, it was mine. You got caught and you just didn't know how to respond, like. But
that just doesn't hold any
none
water
of it
at all.
because it would be like, oops, sorry.
Yeah. Unless it was obviously a woman's bag. And so he probably opened it and went, oh, shit, all my stuff is here.
Yep.
I'm missing my whips and chains. But for the most part, that looks like my dresses and high
Chick's
heels.
vibrator was kicked on accidentally, and it went by and was just like,
Yeah.
take it and run.
That's mine.
I'm on it.
Britton used
Literally.
the bag. So this continues. So he's like, no, I didn't do that. He used the bag for his personal travel over the course of the following month.
Okay, so when... all right, I'm confused as far as the timeline on this. So he took the bag in Minneapolis.
Yeah. September 16th, and then he went to Europe for some kink fest or something.
Okay.
Took the bag with him,
All right.
and now is coming back. He was not traveling with a checked bag when they arrived in Minnesota, and picked up the Vera Bradley roller bag worth $300.
Oh, is it just a sassy Vera Bradley bag that they wanted?
I guess.
Those things are so
So
fucking
you're
ugly.
traveling. So this bag, I'm assuming, comes down the conveyor. You're traveling not with checked luggage.
Then why are you at the carousel?
Well, it could be that the carousels are where the pickup is.
But still, you're
Right.
outside. You're not sitting there waiting for a bag if you don't have a bag on the carousel.
Right.
So why are you picking up another bag?
Dynamite question.
Okay, so
Dynamite question.
I'm still really confused. So this is the same wait. All right. So this is the first time this is the initial yanking of said bag in Minneapolis, the Vera Bradley bag. So, and then took it to Europe for a month.
Right.
Is that what we're saying? All right. Well, I
So-
thought you said, and then he came back to Minnesota.
So
Where
originally,
he didn't have a check bag, so I felt like there was a weird loop there. But okay,
so let's go through this quickly.
please.
They said if I had taken the wrong bag, I'm happy to return it, but I don't have clothes for another individual. So I'm assuming that means in the bag was not clothes of another individual. That was my clothes when I opened the bag. For the questioning, however, they came clean and admitted to taking the bag and then blamed tiredness for the mistake, and then used the bag for their personal travel over the course of the following month. He was not traveling with a checked bag when they arrived in Minnesota and picked up the Vera Bradley roller bag worth $300. So they have been charged. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that on purpose. By the way.
No, I know. It makes it very difficult to read and confusing.
It does. And I'm not trying to be a smartass like normal.
But so, how did they catch him?
Oh, because there's cameras at the airport.
Okay, so all right.
And I imagine they would be very easy to identify on video.
Okay, so the only reason it took so long is because it was out of the country, and there's no extradition treaties in Europe for stolen
Right.
baggage.
Right.
They were just waiting for him to return, waiting for that passport to get checked.
Yeah.
Ding, ding. We have them.
Oh, they're back. They have been charged with felony theft and is on leave from their job at the Department of Energy. Oh, that's too bad.
Oh, wow. Well, you can focus on the spankings now.
Yeah.
Full time.
Yeah.
And $300 is, oh no, because it was $2,000, the $300 bag
Contents.
plus the contents.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes it a felony.
And
right?
I believe
$500?
I think it's $500. It used to be, anyways.
Yeah.
Which is what do they call that when in charging?
Grand theft? Or
Yeah.
larceny? I mean,
Yeah, something like that. Deuce got charged with
from
it.
petty to grand theft. Yeah.
Exactly. A police officer said that she gave Britton specific instructions on how to return the bag, something they failed to do.
Oh, so they had the option and chose not to?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then October 9th, so this happened September 16th. On October 9th, Brinton was recorded by surveillance footage bringing the bag through Washington Dulles International on their way home from Europe. That same day, Brinton was contacted by Officer Ann Catchmark of the Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport PD. When asked if they had taken a bag that did not belong to him, he responded by saying, not that I know of.
Nothing I'm aware of. No.
No, not me. An hour later, Britton apologized for not being completely honest. They admitted to accidentally taking the bag, blaming tiredness and confusion.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Department of Energy said in a statement, Sam Brinton is on leave from the DOE and Dr. Kim Petrie is performing the duties. Lauren Boebert posted a pic. She's hated.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
People really fucking hate Lauren Boebert,
Yeah,
probably
they
because
should
she makes statements like this. Posted a pic of Britain in a dress and tweeted, "This man hired by Joe Biden is a thief." John Cardillo tweeted, "Mentally ill freak and soup appointee Sam Brinton charged with stealing woman's luggage at Minneapolis St. Paul. This lunatic knows all of America's nuclear secrets."
Oof. Yeah.
By the way, I brushed past this. So they said, bondage and control are my fortes. Flogging, chastity, fisting, and electro. I've done them all. Happily put a guy through them. My passion for kink comes through getting a guy to a fun, submissive headspace. So I was a little confused. Flogging. If I asked you, what's the definition of flogging?
Yeah.
Do you know what that means?
I believe that's like a paddling, like a leather type little BDSM kind of a thing. Flogging,
that's kind of what
whipping.
I thought. Like that, like those whippy things you've seen in 50 Shades.
Sure.
They've got this defined as punishment where a victim is hit repeatedly with whip or stick.
Yep.
So I think you're right on there. Chastity.
Chastity is
Isn't that a belt you put on your daughter so no one fucks her?
well, yeah. So that's so the dude can't fuck or come or whatever, jerk off.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have little cock cage things that they put in so you can't get a boner.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yep.
So it's
like a chastity
little
belt,
padlock
essentially.
on a chick, right?
I mean, basically that's the gist of it. Yeah. But they basically it's for a chastity belt for a guy.
Oh,
what
okay.
It is. Yeah.
All right. And fisting.
I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Yeah. That's going elbow deep in a fucking asshole.
Or vagine.
Or vagine. Oh yeah, no, I
mention
mean
fisting a vagine.
I was speaking specifically to this gentleman.
Yeah.
There's no vagine fisting in that world.
No.
Right.
What
But
they
yes,
say,
a fist can go in either.
They say-
Technically, I guess it could go down a throat, theoretically. But
yeah. What they define it as inserting a fist into a vagine or an asshole.
Yeah.
Have you even ever come close to something like that? Like, I can honestly say no.
No. No. God, no. Clearly not.
I'm being serious. Like, I've never. Would you have to go in like this? Like,
That's how you start. I mean, from what I've heard.
What I've seen in videos, time to time.
I mean, you don't just go in there like donkey punch and just end up at the elbow.
Why not?
It's a process.
Yeah.
Allegedly, from what I've heard.
Dude, imagine that. Getting a fist up to the elbow in some dude's asshole.
Boy. I mean, listen.
Even a vagine.
I've had some shits I've regretted. I can't even fucking imagine.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, whew. Okay.
It's tough.
What was the last one? There was one more on the back end of that.
Oh,
wasn't there?
electro. And I couldn't find a definition. I'm
it's
assuming that's like
shocking. Yeah, little fucking clips
for
on the
nips
nipples
and
kind of thing.
yeah,
Whatever. Maybe the
okay.
cock and balls, whatever.
Yeah.
Like your tens unit. You
Is
know.
that the guy you want representing the U.S.? I don't want to sound like a prude, but when you're talking about
No.
like
Again.
going overseas to deal with
Yes.
elected officials,
Again, it's a
or
fine line
appointed officials.
because that one does not necessarily affect the other, and I don't want to discredit this person's qualifications because of their kinks and their other interests. I'm just saying when you're at this level and you're a political public figure,
Yeah.
Maybe want to tone it down a little bit. But I think that was the point. I think that this was a very intentional appointment to put this person there.
I was just going
Now,
to say.
they may be well qualified, but they were certainly not the only people qualified. And I'm willing to bet everything I have, they weren't the most qualified.
Yeah. I was going to say their credentials, and I don't have them in front of me, but I know.
Sure. I mean, they're not totally
nuclear physicist, I think.
Okay, sure.
From a good school.
Yep. And what was the title of this turd in charge of nuclear waste? Is that what it is? Something like
Yes. Technically, Deputy Assistant Secretary of the Office of Spent Fuel and Waste Disposition.
that? Wow.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have too much fucking government.
Exactly.
Too
Talk about
much government.
waste management.
Yeah.
We could deal with some waste management as far as the federal government comes.
We're a bit
goes.
top heavy.
Yeah. And what does the federal government provide you? They provide nothing to the world. Nothing. They don't sell anything. They just take. more money,
Yeah.
more taxes, spend. It's just one
just have to
bloated
justify,
monster.
the ends justify the means.
Right.
The bigger it is, the more it costs you because they have to just drive their own bus.
And do you think, honest to God, honest question, and I think you already answered it a moment ago in what you were saying. Do you think there's any way this clown gets this gig, if not for the fact that he wears lipstick dresses, high heels, and is seen in kink photos everywhere? It's almost like, you think it was bad we hired Rick Levine dressed as, 52 years as a dude.
Yeah.
And then
Wait to
now
see
he's
our
a
deputy
woman.
nuke.
Yeah. You thought the fucking former admiral was a little weird. Wait till you see who he fired for the deputy assistant fucking waste management shit. It just seems like, how far can we push this?
It's just a very intentional attempt at normalization.
Yeah.
Of this stuff.
Yes, that's what it feels like.
is,
Like
exactly.
there potentially are thousands and thousands of candidates. You're going to get a visceral reaction from people. There's no way not to.
Nope.
And this dude is bragging about fisting people.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you want representing the country at your highest levels of government, really?
Yeah. And
I don't mean, again, not to be a prude,
let
but
your freak flag fly.
Yeah.
But again, time and a place for everything.
Yeah. And I get it. LBJ was pulling his huge cock out everywhere. He was intimidating everyone on his cabinet with his monster cock. He would have meetings in the bathroom where he'd be on the shitter, making people sit there.
I am in awe of your cock. Your cock is huge.
Yeah. Dude, he'd be in the parking lot, whip his dick out in front of people. This was a different day and time. JFK was fucking everything that moved. Clinton fucked everything that moved.
But it was on the down low.
Yes, until
the
it came out.
Discretion is the better part of valor, my friend.
Right. But if you know what? Who knows what they were? If they were wearing leather panties in the basement at the White House and fucking Marilyn Monroe
great,
or
good for you.
Monica Lewinsky.
We don't need to know that.
Yes.
Right?
Right. Keep it in the bedroom. Like, I don't need to tell everybody what I'm doing.
No.
Even though it's nothing.
Yeah.
But still.
It's nobody's business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't ask you questions, T. You don't
Nope.
ask me questions.
That's smart.
Fucking do you, I'll do me.
There you go.
And yeah, it's the best way to play it. This is so out in the open. It's like...
Yeah, and this is like just over the top. It's one thing to be extravagant, let's just say, be a little extra. But this is well beyond that. And on some level, there's no way this is not a distraction from your duties.
And there's no way, I'm sorry, there's no fucking way, even if you accidentally took a bag from baggage claim, forgetting that you didn't check a bag, and then you toured the world with it for a month and lied to them.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way you actually thought that was your bag. You would eventually get home and dump the contents of that bag out.
To your point is, okay, a Vera Bradley bag. Now, if you're not familiar.
No, I'm not.
Okay. Vera Bradley is.
Vera Wang, Vera Bradley.
No, see, very different. Vera Bradley is like the ugliest. I mean, obviously some people like it, but it's very, very distinct. It looks like fucking your grandma's Afghan.
So is this very popular with like rich people or fashionistas? Like in the fashion world, this must be a big deal.
It's definitely a thing. But my point was that this isn't just a random black suitcase that everybody that looks alike that you could accidentally go. And whoever had this Vera Bradley, oh come on, are you fucking kidding me?
What, is it frozen or something?
No, it just whatever. I'll put it up like this. It's this shit.
Wow.
It's this shit. Everything. Everything
dude.
is this. Everything.
There's no way.
There is not one thing that is plain, that is basic, that is simple. Anything.
There's no way.
Right. Everything looks like this shit. I mean,
that's hideous for one.
Again, it looks like grandma's fucking Afghan. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's. I mean,
oh my God!
Down the line,
there's no way you could mistake this
no
as
way.
yours.
Not one thing is just basic, plain black, accidentally, mistakable.
Yeah.
The fact that it was Vera Bradley is the part that was. If it was like Samsonite, okay, well, sure, maybe. No.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And whoever had, first of all, how are you going to let somebody that had that bag, how are you going to let some fucking man dude chick thing pick it up and walk out the door with it?
Yeah.
Like you would see you would see that bag.
Yeah, and you would know immediately. It's
exactly.
yours.
That's the big green suitcase with the duct tape on it coming around the carousel.
Totally. Oh, that's ridiculous. ridiculous.
Yes.
And then to try to play that off for a month, you took it with you on your travels.
Yes.
And the cops had to go to surveillance video to go,
Yeah.
oh,
No.
really, dude? You can't dress like that and think you're fucking hiding it with the masses.
It's probably in the bag or whatever, and was like, oh my God, look how cute that is. Grab it, let's go.
Wow.
And took off. Like I said, there's just nothing. Okay, only thing I will say is, okay, there, bang. I did find
I'd like to see this bag.
Just to make me not, it's possible. There is a black Vera Bradley suitcase there.
Oh, it's a spinner luggage set in black.
So,
and that even probably has patterns on it too.
Maybe you just can't really see it. But
yeah.
Okay, so there is something that is possibly
that's hilarious.
But that is one of 1,000 things on there.
Yeah, and the 999 others of those thousands are all that wild pattern.
And if it was gonna get a Vera Bradley, why the fuck would you get a black one?
You wouldn't.
The whole point of Vera Bradley is to have Grandma's Afghan on your stuff.
100%.
So
now. My guess is if the Department of whatever the fuck he's involved in, if they shit can him, there can only be one reason, and that's because of the kink and the fucking fetish and the BDSM. Like,
no, it's for criminal behavior.
Yeah, no, I know that and you know that. But as far as this clown is concerned,
oh, that's right. Yeah,
this mentally ill whack job is concerned. Sorry,
made an example of.
Yeah, if I didn't dress like this and blah 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 blah, I guarantee you it will come out that from some people that this is simply an honest mistake, and this administration who hired this clown first off, had to terminate him because they don't agree with his kink lifestyle.
That was why he was hired in the first place.
Yeah, absolutely. So, no doubt about it.
Whatever.
Yeah. Well, I'd love to see what that bag actually looked like, because I haven't seen pictures of it. I'd love to see. And the fact that you didn't check a bag at the airport, sir. Yeah, so there's no way.
Exactly. No other example of why are you picking a bag up off the carousel? Why are you even standing there waiting for a bag if you did not check a bag? Oh, because I was tired, I was confused. Get the fuck
out of here. By the way, if you don't check a bag at the airport, it's the greatest feeling ever when you get off the plane.
Gone.
Right. Even if you have to go down to the carousels where baggage is.
Walk right by all those clowns standing there waiting. Because
that's the best
it hasn't even
part.
Started coming off yet.
Yeah.
And you're gone.
You're gone.
Yep.
Like everybody knows, like, thank God I don't have to wait in that fucking, carousel of nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
Oh, well. Yeah, breaking news.
Yeah.
Starting today and going through November 30th, today, Zott Ford, Zott Toyota, and all three Zott Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram locations have launched their annual Black Friday sales event. With every purchase or lease of a new or pre-loved vehicle, in addition to killer deals, you're also going to get a flat screen TV, a free oil change and tire rotation package, and a future professional vehicle detailing. Plus, save an additional $1,000 off all pre-loved cars, trucks, and SUVs, as well as no payments for 90 days and financing as low as 1.9%. Also, if you are looking for a souped-up golf cart, you can save an additional $500.
Oh, I want one of those.
Zott's carts on M59 in Highland. We need to go out there and do some test drives.
Yep.
Surf
Take the governor off them.
Sexy inventory and extraordinary Black Friday savings at dealsinthed.com. I would say hurry up because they're probably closing soon.
Yeah. Qatar Airwaves.
Yes.
Qatar is where the World Cup's being hosted, right?
That is correct.
Yeah, they went back on their word saying that they're going to treat the alphabet community with respect and blah, blah, blah.
I have mixed feelings on that, but yeah.
Yeah, the tournament's here now. Go fuck yourself.
Sure.
Take your rainbows and leave.
Mm-hmm.
They're not.
And they may have laid down a bit of an ultimatum like, okay, we'll deal with it. We'll accept it. Just take her easy, okay?
Quit flaunting.
Yeah. Oh, now everybody's going to wear a rainbow fucking arm badge? Not on our watch.
USA has their emblem, on their jerseys.
Yeah.
They changed it to rainbow colors. It's like, I know what you're doing, okay? You're trying to fucking stuff this in the faces of the Qatar government, and
exactly, right. Instead of it just being okay, like we'll accept the normal level of gay and queer and stuff that goes along with this. That's fine. We're willing to turn the other cheek.
It's kind of their version of don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah,
in a way. Like we'll put up with it. Just don't think you're gonna walk around our streets making out. Okay?
Yeah, just don't go sucking dick right in front of me.
Yeah,
and expect me not to do anything about it.
I wonder how they'd feel about just like a guy and a girl couple making out on their streets. I don't think they'd be thrilled with that either.
No, probably not. But that's
A lot
far
less-
less egregious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's quite punishable by death.
Right. Or
Yeah.
chucked off a roof.
I mean, maybe
stoned
for
to
her
death.
for being a whore.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, he's fine. She's a whore. She gets stoned to death.
Well, this has nothing to do with their policies or the World Cup or
right.
anything like that. But Qatar Airways is responding after a plus-size model said she was not allowed to board a flight because she was too fat to fit
Is that
in
like jumbo
economy seat.
shrimp or like an oxymoron thing?
Yeah, plus-size model being too fat. Is that what you mean?
Just plus size model.
Yeah, it's. Juliana Nemi claimed that the airline had told her to shell out about $3,000 upgrade to first class and would not refund her the $950 she'd spent on the flight from Beirut, Lebanon to Doha, Qatar. She shared her experience to Instagram, of course, with commenters calling out Qatar Airways and asking them to take action. I bought a return ticket to Brazil through Qatar, and arriving at the time to check in, a Qatar flight attendant called my mother while another staffer was finishing our check-in and told her I wasn't welcome to board because I'm fat.
Oh boy.
Yeah, she told her followers that she had missed her connecting flight to Sao Paulo due to the incident, claiming that she had no issues boarding an Air France flight previously and that she'd been threatened when attempting to take a video. Qatar Airways said that Nami had been extremely aggressive with staff members and that security had to be called over twice to calm her down. Yeah, you can imagine a wild fucking boar.
Oh boy, yeah. Especially
You know.
when you call a moose. Well,
Yeah.
they don't like it.
No, they
don't.
don't.
like it.
They really don't. And she apparently went full moose.
I mean, think about your visceral reaction to the swing incident.
Oh, still haunts me to this day.
Now imagine being a model
Yeah.
and having this happen.
By the way, what are you a model for? Upgraded suspensions on military vehicles? Like honest to God, the fuck is she modeling?
Hey, Lizzo needs models for that line.
We're looking for models, quote unquote, for turning old king size quilts into dresses. Mm-hmm. You'll do great. Model for how to become a Hall of Fame level NFL tackle, perhaps. I mean, and maybe this Air France flight was a fucking cattle transport plane, and that's why they didn't have an issue.
Yeah, maybe.
Do we have pics of her, by the way?
Well, you know what? I don't know what happened. I'm looking it back up. Yeah, I don't know what happened. They're not.
Just search
have-
Juliana.
Oh, you got the name? Let me do that one.
Yeah. Do the name.
Juliana.
See how she looks.
Zorbist?
What's that?
Zorbist?
Nehme.
Nehme.
Yeah.
Nehme. Okay, here we go.
All right. Let's see if she appears to be too big to fit on a flight. I'm starting to dig the Qataris. They're like, yeah, go fuck yourself. Don't think you're gonna moose out another fat American. Come. Oh, Jesus Christ! Are you kidding me? What made you think you could fit on a plane?
Could you imagine being wedged,
Even first class.
wedged in there in the middle seat between two of them?
Oh, for the love of fuck! Look at those arms and legs. Are there more pictures of her?
Yeah, let's continue. All right.
Oh my God! What's that one in the red? Moo. What's going on with those legs? Oh, Jesus Christ!
Oh Lord.
You have the nerve to call yourself a model.
Yeah. Well, again, that's.
We're getting really loose with the term model.
Oh boy, how can I?
Look at those sausages for fingers.
I mean,
Where did her knees go? Where did her knees
God.
go? What happened to her
Oh,
knees?
fucking MVP goes to those ankles for fucking doing the Lord's work right there.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Damn, they are holding it down, aren't
Wow. I mean that thigh is going to fold over.
they? Yeah.
It's like an uncircumcised leg.
Holy shit.
I can see it looks like one of those fucking Stonehenge fucking Easter Island fucking
I was gonna say,
statues or something.
If you grab that,
Is that the clit? What is this?
I don't know what this. If you grab that thing by the ankle, the one on stage right, doesn't it look like the club Bam Bam used in the Flintstones?
Oh my God! Wow, that is yeah. What are we doing? We sandals model here? Fucking A.
Yeah.
Is that tablecloth? That makes me want to have some Pizza Hut.
Yeah, Pizza Hut should sue.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
So this makes more sense now. Qatari Airways said
Yeah,
they
we're
said
not doing
she
that.
had been scaring both workers and passengers who had been checking in. Doesn't shock me.
No,
Yeah, that's terrifying.
it is.
You're the one that calls yourself a model, not me. Qatar Airways treats all passengers with respect and dignity and in line with industry practices and similar to most airlines. Anyone who impedes upon the space of a fellow traveler and cannot secure their seat belt or lower their armrest may be required to purchase an additional seat, both as a safety precaution and for the
And just goddamn common courtesy.
Yeah.
So nobody has to be suffocated by that.
Yeah, you do not want to be out next to that on a plane. I don't want to be.
No, man, no. It's not even. Listen, I barely fit.
Yes.
In a seat.
Yes.
I barely fit. This barely fits into a airplane fucking seat.
That's
There is no
your waist
way.
is one of her thighs.
Yes. Oh, maybe
She's
not even.
friggin' huge.
Maybe not even.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah, you'd be drowning in that dress if you put that thing on.
Holy cow. That is a lot right there.
The passenger in question at Beirut Airport was initially extremely rude and aggressive to check-in staff when one of her traveling party did not produce required PCR documentation. What's PCR documentation?
Is that
like passport?
No, possibly, or is that PCR? Is that like the COVID shit?
Oh, maybe
PCR testing.
Yeah.
Isn't that what?
Okay. Yep. That would so they needed that for entry into Brazil.
Okay.
As a result, security was requested to intervene as staff and passengers were extremely concerned with her behavior. She was booked on a flight from Lebanon. So yeah.
The hell is she doing in Lebanon?
I don't know. Jesus, dude.
I mean, that's
The goal.
Listen, I mean, I would love to do some comparative pictures between the carry-on suitcase with multiple other people, a small child for reference, a normal-sized woman, a grown-ass man, a professional wrestler, things like that, just for scale, because that's a carry-on.
Yeah.
That's a decent sized bag.
Yeah. Can you check yourself into baggage? Like if she wanted to go on that fucking
You know how
carousel-
much, it's a 50-pound fucking limit.
Is there really?
Yeah, or you got to pay extra for heavy. There'd be a lot of stickers on that bag.
You would think she'd be prepared to fly first class anywhere. Like
I mean, she's a model, for fuck's sakes.
That wouldn't even fit in first class comfortably, but those seats are definitely much wider.
Right?
More leg room.
Just because you did a Bonanza Ponderosa fucking ad doesn't make you a model.
No. It's again, we're getting very loose with the definition.
Yeah,
of model
exactly.
here.
Right.
And
I was in a Lane Bryant catalog.
And look, I don't mean to shit on fat people.
No,
I feel
but
like I'm part of your
understand the
family.
logistics of it. It's just the logistics of it.
It's-
when it's all said and done, you were hurt and you were upset about the swing thing.
Yes.
But you understood.
Yeah, I got
You know
off.
what I mean?
didn't make a stink.
hurts-
I didn't go
right.
find management
Exactly.
and raise holy hell.
Exactly.
I didn't fucking out half the staff through my Instagram.
Yes. There's a logistical process to go through. Like, okay, I get it.
I took my shit and then I reflected.
Yes.
What have my life choices brought me to? Getting kicked off a fucking swing ride at Great America?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I brought
It's
myself
like throwing a 400-pound bag onto the fucking thing and to check your suitcase.
Right.
Being like, I can't take this. Why not?
Yeah.
Why, my suitcase too fat?
Yeah.
No, we have fucking rules and weight limits, asshole.
Yeah. You would think they would understand this too. Like, why put yourself up to this? Because anybody that looks at this picture goes, okay, you are going to be an absolute nuisance to anyone around you. I've talked about it before. I've been on flights with, there was that last one, that really fat couple, and they were not nearly as fat as this thing, but they were fat enough, and they were, sitting with their arms folded like this, but just spilling into my space.
Now, just imagine, just picture you and another just perfectly innocent passenger sitting in the aisle and middle seat.
Yeah.
And this behemoth in the window seat having to get up and go to the bathroom.
Oh.
Can you imagine that trying to get past you?
Yeah. It's going to knock over everything.
Right. Just imagine that person trying to go to a middle seat at a baseball game.
Oh.
Trying to walk through, you know what I mean? When you sit and you kind of just turn your legs a little bit to let people walk by.
Yeah.
You would get every hat would get knocked off.
Yeah. Don't you think at that point, like, stadiums are off limits for you?
I mean,
airplane rides are off limits for you.
Is it fair? Maybe not, but hey,
Qatar Airways didn't stuff food in her for 30 years.
That is correct,
right?
No,
like I had no one to blame when I was a friggin' monster. Not nearly as big as that thing.
No,
but like you don't have anyone else to blame.
No, exactly. Well. But the problem is that's being glamorized,
right?
She's a model, and so she's.
How dare you?
Plus size model.
Plus size.
The fuck out of here.
I know it's too.
Yeah.
I
Adorable.
mean, what do you expect the airlines to do? Like at some point they've got to have a cutoff.
Could you imagine? I mean, the fucking pilot. I mean, because there's got to be just weight distribution things. You mean, there's a pilot just fighting to keep that thing fucking straight the whole time, like just wants to be tipping to that side.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this? What are we doing here?
Probably.
Well, we're gonna need everybody on the right side of the plane to move to the left. Not you, Tubby. You stay right where you are.
14C. Could you just stand right in the aisle, please? Right in the middle of the plane, directly between the wings, and exactly in the center of the aisle.
Do not go forward. Do not go back. Do not go right or left. You stay right here. Tape off an X. You just stand.
Gets up to go to the bathroom. The plane just takes a nose.
Fucking nosedives. She's blowing up the shitter. Meanwhile, the thing's nosediving into the ground. That's unfair. And she's a pretty girl too. You could tell probably in high school.
She had her day. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't even get into this part.
Oh, for fuck, Jesus.
I mean.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's a second elbow.
Is that even an elbow? I mean, that's
what looks like a giant butt crack next to a
why
butt
is there
crack.
a giant? I mean, I know there's fat dimple things, but why does it go in like that? What's such? I don't know. It's like the tendon, like being maxed out. Like,
yeah. Holy shit! That looks like a giant ass crack, and then a third weird ass crack, or maybe that's an asshole in a vagine.
I know. Oh my god, that's and hey, I don't want to fat shame anybody.
No,
but, listen, don't stand there and be proud of it.
You know when you're sitting in the seat in the plane and people are still boarding, and you're like, there are times when I'm 100% going, no, because I've got one seat next to me.
Yeah, please no, please no, please no, please no,
please no, God no, God no, God no. You know, the guy stinks or is a fucking monster, whatever it may be, and you're looking at it, you're going, whoa, please God, please, I'll do anything. I'll be in church every week. Do not. Very COVIDy today. Sorry.
Oh, they're gone? Okay, fine.
But then you see that smoking
and then the hot chick comes by.
You're like, right here, come on, don't pass me. Oh, fuck.
Right? And then you look too creepy, like, sit here.
Yeah.
Here, sit here.
Yeah. God, I saved your seat. Yeah, I kept it warm. Yeah, okay, so it's not just me playing Russian roulette with people getting on the plane.
Exactly. Oh, of course, yeah. Because you never know. You never know who drew that card.
Yeah.
It's going to come sit next to you.
Exactly.
Indeed.
Disney, we've documented their struggles over the last year or so.
Yeah.
Gotten in fights with Florida.
Yeah. How's that tax exemption status going?
Oh, that's gone.
Isn't that why they raised the prices, I think?
Did they really? Yeah, so. They're not going to pay for that. They're going to make their customer
have to pass that on to to their base.
We saw some really disturbing video of the people working at Disney. Remember those Zoom calls they were all doing? Were like, I want to do trans stories and I want to do gay. Like they were just so proud of all the gay shit and trans shit they were doing. Mm-hmm. Well, unfortunately, a lot of that is not translating into ticket sales.
Oh no!
And as far as like Disney Plus goes, their subscriptions are way down.
Oh no!
Yeah, so trying to force your agenda down people's throats doesn't work like you thought it would. Their latest project is off to a brutal start at the box office. And if you're releasing stuff between Thanksgiving and Christmas, you're expecting it to be a
Banger.
Huge hit.
Absolutely.
It's going to cover all the flops that you have going on elsewhere around the year. So when you're leading into summer or getting into Thanksgiving, Christmas time, that's when you release all your best shit. And for the holiday weekends, families are together. They're looking for shit to do. They a lot of times go to movies. So Strange World is their newest release.
All right.
It's an animated film featuring a gay teen romance.
Oh, perfect. That's what I was looking for right there.
It opened with 4.2 million in ticket sales, which sounds pretty good.
You would think.
4.2 million is not terrible. Do you know what their budget was?
What was their budget?
Only 180 million.
Oh.
So they made 4.2 million in their opening weekend.
Huh.
Not bad. Off to a hot start. The film pushes sexual orientation and climate agendas, just what kids want to see in their Disney.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's on track to be Disney's latest overwoke nightmare. Variety's Brett Lang noted the last Thanksgiving Disney animated film, Encanto, was deemed a disappointment after taking in $40 million over the long weekend. This one took in $4. Ooh.
Yeah, it's kicking the balls.
Yeah. Disney alienated many fans earlier this year when it featured a lesbian kiss in Lightyear, which was the newest Toy Story movie. I think they got more shit for keeping Tim Allen out of it.
Yeah, they didn't do themselves any favors with that for sure.
No. And the only reason to keep Tim Allen out of it is because he's conservative. That's it. That's why he lost his ABC show, which was doing great in ratings. I mean, I never watched it. I've never watched any sitcom.
Nope. It was a good show.
So, yeah, doing that, having Buzz Lightyear and not voiced by Tim Allen, that's not good. Strange World tells the story of gay teen Ethan, who has the support of his loving biracial parents.
Of course.
All
in. We're going all in.
We're going all in. Yeah. Searcher, Strange World, Searcher, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Meridian, I'm assuming that's the character's name, Searcher and Meridian.
Why can't they just be fucking Neil and Bob? What are we doing here?
I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, but that's played by Gabrielle Union. The family rejects its fabled heritage as explorers to farm, but ends up pulled back into the family business to hunt for Searcher's father, Yeager, played by Dennis Quaid, who went missing when he was a child. Their search, aided by, boy, you ain't kidding about all in, their disabled dog.
Wait, is it just a three-legged dog, or what are we talking about? Is he like a little retarded, or what?
I don't know.
What do we got? A little slow?
I don't know, but they're... Of course, you've got a biracial parents, a gay teen son, and a fucking... Jesus Christ.
And this only got $4 million at the box office?
Crazy.
It sounds like an absolute fucking can't miss banger.
Yeah, it sure does. It sure does. I mean,
I smell Oscar buzz.
I would think every single disabled dog out there would go see this movie. Right? Finally getting representation in the arts.
What the hell is it called?
Strange World.
All right.
We might need to watch the
trailer. Yeah, let's see what we got.
Strange World, it's got a fragile ecosystem. Ethan struggles to get past his shyness around his love interest, a boy named Diazo. Seattle Times critic Soren Anderson wrote that the film features an uneasy marriage of clunky psychodrama and overwrought special effects that made it a chore to sit through. The film also had very mediocre scores from audiences, including 59% on Rotten Tomatoes. Disney stock has fallen over 33% over the last year. Its woes have been blamed on a series of decisions that have alienated the family, its family-minded, in many cases, conservative customer base. Is that it? Is that the trailer there?
This is a trailer for it. Right, Strange World special look.
Okay.
Let's see.
Let's see how much they show off the disabled dog, the biracial parents.
That's what I was curious of, what the trailer looks like compared to what they put out compared to what it actually is. Yeah. And I want to see how fucked up this dog is. Wow. Throw him.
Whoa! Baby Clade! What is the president doing in our front yard? Our entire world is in grave...
It's got 3 legs.
I want you to come with me on an expedition.
I'm not my father. He was the explorer.
I know you were just a kid when you went missing, but now you're all we got.
Mr. Clade, I'm a huge fan thank you. Of your dad. Where in the world are we?
Yeah.
Ethan, you
brought the dog? He just wants to help.
We are clearly in uncharted territory.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
You could say that again.
We are in the biggest flop of all time territory.
Uh-huh.
Of course I understand you. Huh? Dad? Dad? Grandpa? I'm the grandpa. All the trees that have... What is this place? The cliffs are alive, and the waters dissolve the flesh off your bones.
Is this thing dangerous? It's so cute. I want to merchandise it.
We got these family ties. They're basically the same person.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm talking to my son. We got these.
So is the kid banging the little blue thing, or where's the
know.
gay kid thing come in?
I don't know, but we need to figure that out.
Well,
He might be butt fucking the blue thing. I don't know.
maybe.
You can do this, Ethan. It's just a nightmare tunnel. Just be brave.
Okay, go for it.
Symbolism for a butthole.
I'd be screaming too.
Yeah, first time's tough, pal.
Yeah. There's going to be some tearing,
Yeah.
a little bit of blood.
All right. So aside from the interracial parents, doesn't say anything. I mean, they don't promote the fact that it's the kid's gay.
Well, they've only got a minute 55
Yeah,
in the trailer.
Right. Well, like I said, I was curious of what they would get into in the trailer.
Right.
How if that was just going to be a surprise for the audience when you got in
Right,
there.
right.
You know, oh, ooh, okay.
It feels very forced agenda like is I think the problem.
Yes.
Lots of parents, more than you would think, do not want to start having these conversations with their 5-year-old, 8-year-old, 10-year-old.
No.
And so, you know, as a non-parent, I'm assuming that. So when you start stuffing these themes, all of which are not going to be met with the it doesn't seem very inclusive.
No.
As inclusive as you're trying to become, you're alienating a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, how do we stuff the gay in the storyline? How do we stuff the disabled in the storyline? How do we stuff the fucking biracialness in the storyline?
Yeah.
And if you want us to notice, we're noticing. Like I notice every single TV commercial. Every single fucking one.
Yeah.
Every one.
R.I.P. white people.
Yeah. White people are fucking gone. And if they are, they're married to a black person or a fucking Asian. And if you've just got a normal white couple, you better believe they've got a fucking Asian daughter and a black son.
Yeah.
Like
In a wheelchair.
in a wheelchair. Yeah. And you know what? I have no problem with that, except it just feels so forced. It's like you're trying to make up for 100 years of entertainment.
Yep.
And forcing this on us. I understand my shit. I have family in interracial relationships. I understand it. You know what I mean?
It would be one thing if, you know, it was some of them.
Right.
It's become all of them.
All of them.
Right.
Overnight.
Yes.
Seemingly overnight.
Right.
And it feels so forced and so agenda driven. And then when you see the behind scenes of the Zoom meetings with the staff, you go, oh, it's making a lot of sense now.
Right.
These people absolutely have an agenda. They don't give a fuck what you think about it. And they're just going to force this through. And nobody at Disney's been able to stand up to them.
No.
At all. And it's like, at some point, you've got to look out for your bottom line.
Well, and the commercials is an example. Once that snowball started rolling downhill.
Yeah.
If you were to be the monster that would put out an all-white family commercial,
Yeah.
you couldn't take that chance. You'd be ostracized. Oh my God, you fucking dinosaur! You trans homophobe, everything. You interracial phobe, whatever. So everybody had to hurry up and be on that fucking bus so that they weren't left behind.
Right.
Well, then everybody just got on the bus, and it was like, now everybody's like, where'd the bus left?
Yeah.
Right? They left everybody standing here going, what the fuck just happened? Where'd everybody go?
Dude, I will ask listeners, try this. Try to find a commercial where it's mostly the ones I see for like security systems.
Yeah.
You know, like Guardian or any of those. Find one where it's not a white guy breaking into a house.
Oh, well, that's never going to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
It's only white guys, apparently, that break into houses.
And that's saying something because you only watch Fox News and ESPN. So the fact that you still don't see any white couples is saying a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
And what was the other one that I've seen? So it's I was playing Guitar Hero. I pulled out the PS3, hooked it up downstairs, and I loved Guitar Hero back in the day. So this is from the game, I want to say is from 2010. And there's different levels, obviously. And so you go from playing in bars to playing in theaters and clubs to eventually playing on big stages. Well, one of the ones, I can't remember if it was the Metallica one or what it was, but they're playing in a prison, which rock stars have done in the past. Metallica played.
Johnny Cash famously.
And I noticed that they had all the prisoners in their jumpsuits. And I paused it, and I looked at the prisoners who were all over the stage. They're just fucking rocking out. Every one of them's white.
Really?
Every single prisoner in this particular jail is white.
Well, you are playing an electric guitar, so...
Well, Jimi Hendrix played an electric guitar.
Yeah.
It just struck me as like, well, if you wanted to...
And even this is going back 2010. Well, and in their defense...
Just saying I noticed.
I'm just thinking of the graphics and having to be able to have definition.
Yeah. You think that's what they were doing?
I don't know. I'm just saying. What... You got a whole sea of black faces back there. It's really
but you could mix one or two in there, maybe a Mexican guy.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, no, just straight white guys. All in their prison jumpsuits, rocking out.
Must have been a federal prison.
It's a white-collar prison.
Minimum. If you're going to have a concert in there, it's definitely minimum fucking security.
So this goes on to DeSantis, who's been fighting with Disney.
Big Ron, yeah.
And Bob Iger, the former CEO of Disney, is taken back over. They brought him back into the mix, and they got rid of Bob Chapek or whatever his name was.
All right.
So he said, Bob Iger now, that he was very sorry the company was dragged into the fight with the state of Florida.
So. Yeah, especially now that you got to try and right these wrongs.
I don't know that I'd say you were dragged into it.
No. Yeah.
It seems like you put yourself into it, maybe, perhaps. Iger said, I was sorry to see us dragged into that battle, and I have no idea exactly what the ramifications are in terms of the business itself. Not good.
No.
Bob, I can tell you that. Yeah. Not good. You're
mess with the bull, you get the horns.
Yeah.
So they say.
What I can say is the state of Florida has been important to us for a long time, and we have been very important to the state of Florida. This is something I'm extremely mindful of and will articulate if I get the chance. Well, you're running Disney. You always have the chance to articulate that. You can do press anytime you want. Ron DeSantis said, we didn't drag them in. They went in on their own and not only opposed the bill, they threatened to get it repealed. These are parents' rights, important policies in our state that are very popular. And so they brought this on themselves. All we did was stand up for what's right. And yes, they are a big, powerful company. But you know what? We stand up for our folks. And I don't care what a Burbank-based California company says about our laws. Bob Chapek positioned Disney against legislation that prohibits the instruction of any of this woke shit, gender identity for students between kindergarten and third grade. Of course,
don't say gay.
Don't say gay.
Don't say gay.
Don't say gay, Bill. I think that some of the subjects that have proven to be controversial as it relates to Disney have been branded political, and I don't necessarily believe they are.
Okay.
Are you kidding me, Bob?
Well, you want
really?
You okay? You put your hat in the ring. Let's be real. Can we have an adult in the room now, please?
Yeah.
Can we have a real conversation about what's going on?
He can't have the honest conversation because he's got an entire staff of people that bought into this nonsense.
Yeah.
So if he was
Twitter.
being honest, right? Yeah. If he was being honest, he would come out and say, "Look, this is terrible. What's going on? I'm for inclusion across the board, but that doesn't mean we go on forcing a political agenda on our base, on our fan base, on our consumers, on the state of Florida. We got out of line. We got too big for our britches.
And got caught up in a wave.
Yeah, we need to go back to doing what Disney does best and cater to children and the parents that are bringing those children to see our movies. Because at the end of the day, it's not the 8-year-olds who are buying our shit. It's the parents who are.
Yep.
And so if they're offended by stuff, they're not going to buy your shit. And that's how you get 4 million. Do you know how insulting that is for a Disney animated holiday movie? Think about that.
Right.
Think about historically what Disney has put out in the theaters at the holidays.
Well, I've always said that that's the only way to make your point is to hit them in the pocketbook.
Right.
That's when you're talking about suing people for things, and because that's the only thing that matters. That's the only message that gets through,
especially to your shareholders and
So they're not going to come out like fucking Billy Eichner and call everybody the homophobes because they didn't come out and support their movie. If you don't watch this movie, you're a homophobe.
Yeah.
Okay. No. How about?
And then it took a gay fucking reporter to come out and go, "Your movie sucks, dude. Yeah. That's why."
How about
as a gay? I think your movie blows.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was
when they start losing hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
The message is being sent.
Yeah. Do I like the company being embroiled in controversy? Of course not. It can be distracting, can have a negative impact on the company. To the extent that I can work to quiet things down, I'm going to do that. I think it's important to put in perspective what some of these subjects are and not just simply brand them political. No, they are political, though, Bob. Mm-hmm. They are. Be honest with people. You got into the political space is what you did. You ingested yourself into the political arguments in Florida and around the country.
Yeah.
And you wanted to make a holier-than-thou, super woke statement. How's that working out for you?
Yeah.
How's that going?
You decided to go against the hand that feeds you.
Yep.
And you lost your tax exemption.
Yeah.
Let's not forget where this really, I mean, not only did the movie flop because of this.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that equates to in millions, if not billions. I mean,
they say it's tens of millions of dollars a year, I believe.
Right. That
tens of millions of dollars a year.
That it's going to change. Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Bob Iger expressed regret that Disney lost special regulatory and tax privileges after it opposed the parental rights and education bill. You mean don't say gay?
Yeah.
Don't say gay.
Right.
Florida created this special economic zone for Disney called the Reedy Creek Improvement District in 1967, saving the company tens of millions of dollars a year. A bill ending the district overwhelmingly passed the state legislature, was signed by DeSantis. When asked about the parental rights legislation, Iger affirmed that LGBTQ employees at Disney are very important to us. All your employees should be very important to you, Bob.
All of them, yeah, exactly.
You shouldn't have to put people in little boxes and categories.
Should be employees.
Your black employees should be important to you.
Yeah.
Your gay employees, your white employees, your Asian employees, and anybody on the rainbow alphabet spectrum should be important to you.
Yep.
Why are you still signaling out this group of people? They should all be important to you.
Yeah.
As should your customer base. That should also be important to you.
All your customer base.
Yeah, you should think about them. As famously attributed to Michael Jordan, Republicans buy sneakers too.
Yeah.
Whether he actually said that or not, I don't know, but it's true.
It's been, yeah.
So yeah, he says it's important to us. He noted the company would continue promoting inclusion in its work. However, he cited a delicate balance between telling stories and listening to audience members. You need to do a lot more listening.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Less telling, more listening.
Yeah.
They'll tell you what stories they want to hear.
Right.
And you don't want to listen.
Yeah. It's important to have respect for the people that you're serving, that you're trying to reach, and not have disdain for them.
It's that vocal minority that keeps getting through.
Well, it's felt a lot like disdain for a lot of people. At least you're overly woke, overly loud, internal management. We saw all those. Those videos were exposed. We got to watch them in their own environment when they didn't know cameras were on them or they didn't know people would hear it outside of their and we heard exactly how they feel about their customer
It's amazing
base.
the things that come out when they don't know it's being recorded.
Yeah. And they're all trying. It felt like they were all trying to outwoke each other. I'd be thrilled if my kid grew up to be trans. Would you? Really?
This tax break they had. I mean, it's like having a gorgeous woman on her knees just giving you the greatest blowjob ever and then reaching down and smacking her in the face.
Yeah.
Fuck did you think was going to happen?
Yeah.
Did you think it
You're
was
lucky
you were
she
just
didn't
going
bite it off.
You were just going to be able to finish? No. It's not how it works.
And now you're stuck holding your dick in your hand.
Yeah. Okay, Garp.
Yeah. Start jacking, sir. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you took that base of beautiful girls who were on their knees lined up to blow you, and you fucking spit in all their faces.
Yep. They got a little big for the britches, as they say.
Sure did.
Hey, did you know that it's open enrollment for individual health insurance? Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, don't go online and get swindled, or pick the wrong plan. Let Nick Matthews from Your Insurance Expert do the legwork for you. He's licensed in most states and an expert in health insurance, life insurance, and Medicare supplements, so you don't have to be. Even if you have any questions or just want to see if you can save a few bucks, call Nick Matthews at 248-914-1173. Again, Nick Matthews, your insurance expert, 248-914-1173.
Hey, I wanted to mention Ash Mathis again.
Yes.
There's a GoFundMe that was just started, and hopefully it, will help the family out in a very, very difficult time. Ash Mathis was a dedicated TDC monster, an OG. You can go for right now, and we'll talk to AA Ron and have him, put this out there so people can easily find it. But if you just go to GoFundMe.com and search Ash Mathis, it will pop up immediately. Hopefully, people will be as generous as they've historically been for any time we've helped promote something like this. And we'll give generously. I know it's tough. With money's tough. Everything's more expensive than it was just a couple of years ago, and that includes gas and electric bills. I understand. For those of you who can help out, it will be greatly appreciated by family and whatnot. And we'll give you more details as we go here. But I did want to mention that again. And then T, we've got a woman is suing. She's suing Velveeta macaroni and cheese.
All right.
I love Velveeta mac and cheese.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
It's one of my least favorite mac and cheeses.
Really? As opposed, like, what do you go with?
Kraft.
Oh, okay. I like Kraft
Yes.
too.
Yeah.
Velveeta's the squeeze cheese, right?
Yep. I mean,
like
the
the
Kraft
powder?
makes that too.
Yeah.
I don't know. Velveeta's just got a. It's my least favorite cheese.
Really?
We'll go there. Yeah.
Wow, I don't know that I would know a difference between those two. Now, when you get into the generic brands, I think there is a difference.
Okay.
Do you have a preference over shells, spirals, or macaroni elbows?
I don't. I am partial to the elbow, just because it's classic.
Classic is right.
And see, here's the thing: is for ease, I like the squeezed cheese aspect
Love
of that.
it.
But
Love
it's always like the shells, and I don't love the shells in the mac and cheese.
See, I like the shells.
Give me the mac. I like that. They get all bunched together and stuff. It's not my favorite.
Can't you just
me
take the packaging, take the elbows, just do that, and then just add that cheese? I know
Could,
you're
but
buying double,
You're
but
buying double. See, that's just wasteful.
well, you could just switch it and do the powder with the shells. I wonder how that would be.
I don't know.
Seems like there's less cheese with the powder.
I got to tell you, I prefer the powder with the milk and the butter.
I dig that too.
But we just don't have, we don't
it's
always
great.
have milk. I'm a bit of I'm on the lactose intolerant side, so I'm not a big milk guy.
Yep.
And then you get it. I have been amazed the Horizon or whatever, not to give a brand, but the organic or whatever. The
Yeah,
fucking-
milk.
Shit lasts like 3 months.
I know.
What the fuck are you doing over there? How
Yeah.
is that? I have questions. I just have questions.
The green carton one is the one I buy, and it lasts. It's like, oh yeah, it's good through June 24. You're like,
Yeah, like
hell
what
yeah.
the hell? Like normally it's good for a week. What the fuck
Yeah.
are you putting in this thing? Supposedly nothing, but I don't think that's how it works.
I don't think it's how it works either, but I'll take it.
Yeah, all right.
So, I had recently mac and cheese and hot dogs.
Okay.
It's a great meal. I know
Oh
it's
yeah.
a cheap meal.
No,
I
hey,
know
listen,
it's
I'm a big fan. I've
it's-
made it multiple times, especially you get a decent hot dog.
I go ballpark.
Okay.
Ballpark's fine. You,
Yeah.
you know, plump when you cook
You
them, and
can
then
check
you
all the
chop those
boxes
up.
there,
Yeah,
really, you know?
Yeah. I think it's fantastic. I could go for that right now.
Yeah, I'd eat that right now for sure.
Yeah. So this woman is suing Velveeta mac and cheese after the packaging claimed it only took a matter of minutes to make it. Amanda Ramirez is suing Kraft Heinz Food Company for $5 million. Good. Pony up, John Kerry.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
$5 million over its mac and cheese products promises. The packaging claims the macaroni and cheese will be ready in 3.5 minutes. She alleges it takes.
Was this one of those microwave cup things?
I don't think so, but maybe.
Yeah, because there's no. I mean, first of all, there's no way. I mean, it takes. I believe it's 6 to 8 minutes or something, depending on the noodles. And not all noodles are created equal.
Yeah.
Yeah, some take longer than others. But generally, a mac and cheese on the stove is going to be a 10-minute process. best case scenario.
At
You got
best, it takes 10 minutes to boil the water.
Right. I mean, let's just say you're starting out with boiled water. I mean, you got 7 or 8 minutes of boiling the noodles.
100%.
Even if you go al dente.
Yeah.
You know, stay on the rare side, 6-7 minutes.
At
then you got to
minimum.
strain them out. Get it back in there. You got to melt your butter. Even if it's squeezed cheese, you got to get it down there. You got a good
mix.
minute of consistency of stirring that out.
I wonder. Well, her argument that it takes longer than 3.5 minutes, and where if Kraft is saying, or if Velveeta is saying that it takes 3.5 minutes, unless it's that little cup you throw in the microwave.
Yeah, it is. That's all the pictures I'm seeing. I'm looking it up and it's showing those pictures of those little cups.
Yeah, but she's saying consumers seeing ready in 3.5 minutes will believe it represents the total amount of time it takes to prepare the product, meaning from the moment it is unopened to the moment it's ready for consumption.
Listen, you stupid
That's outrageous.
First of all, you stupid fucking bitch. What if you put the water in there 1 drop at a time and it took you 7 days to make this mac and cheese? Is that their problem? No.
No, it's not.
Oh, I fucking hate people. And because you got a $14 fucking Black Friday microwave, a 400-watt microwave
Yeah, there you
that
go.
took 12 minutes to get this thing hot. Listen, somebody that sues for $5 million has a shit microwave, I guarantee it.
Guarantee it as well.
Guarantee
That's a
it.
great point. I hadn't thought of the microwave, but
Yeah.
you're right. If she's got some 400-watt microwave, fuck out of here.
Okay. And I bet there's a disclaimer on there somehow that says cooking times may vary or something.
Yeah.
Or based on a realistic,
Great point.
1,000-watt microwave.
Yeah.
Because just about everything I see has those disclaimers on it.
Absolutely. To protect from idiots like this.
$5 million, you asshole.
Oh, it's for everybody else,
the
too.
fuck it is. Oh, are you going to disperse your wealth to everyone else?
No, but I'm protecting everybody else. The lawsuit also alleged that the macaroni product is able to be marketed at a higher cost because of its claims about how soon the food can be ready to eat. Really? Are there people out there that are like, I was going to buy this, but you're telling me it's 5 minutes, not 3.5? Well, fuck it, I'm out.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, my God. Doesn't account for the 4 steps required to prepare the pasta. Removing the lid and the sauce pouch, adding the water, microwaving, and stirring.
Yeah.
The 3.5 minutes doesn't account for that. Removing the lid and the sauce pouch, adding the water, microwaving, and stirring.
Yeah.
So if it's 3.5 minutes of cook time,
Which I would think it would
basic standard, I think everybody can agree.
Yeah.
That if that's what it tells you to do, is what it takes.
Yeah.
They probably tested that a couple of times before they put it on the fucking label. Opening it, adding water, and stirring.
Yeah.
Now, worst case scenario, 30 seconds max.
Lid
total,
removal, pouch removal.
water, stirring. I mean, I could do it in 8 seconds probably total.
100% you could.
We'll give it 10 just in case
Let's
Let's
give it 15. Why not?
Sure.
Yeah.
That's worth $5 million.
Sure.
And that's everything that's wrong with this fucking world.
Yeah.
Oh.
The lawyer says, I've gotten a lot of flack about this case, but deceptive advertising is deceptive advertising.
Is this the guy that does these? There's a attorney that specializes in the, but see, this is this chick. This is one guy that goes after everybody like.
Oh, I've heard about that guy.
And I forget all the little stupid, he finds
Consumers
it.
bullshit.
Yes, of what the issues are, that it's the different percentages of stuff, or it says it's this, but it's not, and it's the most frivolous garbage suits. And all he does is they just pay him to shut up and go away because they just don't want to deal with it. And he's made a career, very lucrative career, because you throw a $5 million lawsuit at him. They just don't want it.
And he'll go away for $100,000.
And they'll go away for $100,000. Shut up. It's not worth the attorney fees. Fuck off.
Yeah. It's not worth the press. It's not worth any of it. Yeah. There's got to be a way to go, okay, if you bring one of these things and you lose, you're paying you're paying their attorney's fees.
Yeah.
If you keep bringing these frivolous lawsuits demanding $5 million because it took 5 minutes instead of 3.5.
Asshole.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Exactly.
There's a Isis turned me on to this, but there's a new documentary on Netflix.
Isis turned you on?
Yeah.
Wow.
He did. He was like, I don't know if you've seen this, but it's pretty cool. I watched it. It made me mad because I love Pepsi, blah, blah, blah. But there's a new documentary on Netflix called Pepsi, Where's My Jet?
Oh, yeah. For like the Pepsi points or something that they
Yes.
were giving away.
It's great. It's great.
Yeah, and that guy went to the wall to get his jet.
Yeah.
Right?
He
I haven't watched the
refused-
documentary, but I remember the story.
Yeah.
They were
It's
like, you
great.
could buy a something jet with the points, and then he got that many points.
A Harrier jet.
Yeah, whatever.
And so
Yeah.
he went as far as reaching out to the Pentagon spokesperson and going, is it, because if it's not possible or if it's not legal
Yeah.
for a regular citizen to own a Harrier jet, then it makes it not possible to sue because Pepsi put that out there, blah, blah, blah. But Pepsi put no disclaimer on there. The commercial that they show throughout the thing, totally 90s, early
Yeah.
90s.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, for 15 Pepsi points, you can get a Pepsi hat. For 25, you get a T-shirt. And then it gets down to, for $7 million, you can get a Harrier jet.
Right.
And this guy was like,
See, the problem...
I'm going to find a way to get 7 million points together and get a Harrier jet.
The problem is, it'd be one thing if like you could convert those to money to buy those things or something. Like if that you would have enough points where it would equate to $15 that you could buy a hat, and you would get this money, and it would equate to where you could buy a Pepsi cooler or whatever.
Yeah, the leather jacket,
And
the jean
this would equal the amount of money it would cost to buy it. But they don't. They gave you the hat.
Yeah.
It was like Marlboro miles.
Right,
They
right.
gave you like you could turn them in to get this stuff, and these assholes decided to say Harrier fucking jet.
Yeah, yeah.
Good job there, pal.
And they changed it, or it was different when the commercial aired in Canada. They had changed it to like 700 million and then put in paren, just kidding, under it.
Oh.
And they were trying to get off by going, dude, this was an obvious joke.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, man. You put all these products there for points.
Was the hat a joke?
Was
If
it- yeah,
I,
was the
was it a
t-shirt a
joke
joke?
if I get there, or was it exactly?
Yeah.
Were any of those a joke? Why would I assume that those are real? If I assume this one's a joke,
Yeah.
I have to assume the rest of them are jokes.
It's worth checking out.
Yeah, it's a very interesting case, man.
Yeah.
and balls of that guy to do it and go to the wall that he went to.
Well, taking on the big corporation,
Yeah.
you know, is
And that's a
not
great one. Like I have mad respect for that.
Yeah.
That's not the
because they
frivolous
tried to give him a
lawsuit
million.
guy.
They tried to give him a
Just to
million
shut
bucks
up. Yeah,
to
exactly.
fuck
Here you
off.
go, yeah.
And he was like, "No, I want my jet.
Yeah.
I want my jet."
Nope.
And yeah, it follows the whole thing. But you know, they
I'd
got
actually like to watch that.
yeah. I won't say anymore.
Yeah.
But it's worth a watch. And I was like, "Oh, you got to be fucking kidding me." You'll know what I mean when you see the lawyer that gets involved with this suit.
Yeah.
You'll know exactly what I mean. For those of you who've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. For those that haven't seen it,
You'll know.
heads up, in episode 3 of the 4-part documentary, you'll be introduced to the lawyer, and you'll get what I'm saying.
Is he smug by chance?
Well, he is pretty smug, but I'll.
Obviously.
Yeah, it's interesting. I didn't see it coming.
Okay.
You'll recognize it. Let's see. Let's do an email or two, and then we'll get out of here.
Okay.
Hey, Mike, sorry to bother you, but I still haven't gotten my exclusive members-only sticker. I hate to be that guy and beg you for one, but I'm pretty sure I should have received one by now. Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
I don't want a big ooh, but I was one of your early Patreon members signing up in the first month.
Ooh.
I was right in the early 30s of T-Roy's on-air shout-outs. Full disclosure, I was 3 months into my membership before I could get my address loaded into Patreon. Yeah, that was a problem for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
I have nothing but mobile devices. It took me a long time to come across a laptop that I
Gross.
could borrow for a couple minutes. I know, gross.
Clean that up. Keys are going to be sticky.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks a bunch. I look forward to getting it. By the way, let T-Roy know he nailed my last name.
Oh.
Pronounced Beerline, just as he did. You wouldn't believe the abominations I've heard through the years with the way it's spelled. Thanks a bunch. Keep up the great work, Chris Beerline.
All right. Way to go, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris, I put that in an envelope today. The mail guy had already come, so I'll drop it in the mail
Gross.
tomorrow for
Okay,
you.
okay.
You will have that. And no, if you're still out there and you're a
Absolutely.
member that deserves a sticker, we've sent out a lot of them.
Yeah.
I can't imagine there's stragglers left, but there has to be if people.
There's
are
been
still
some
running it.
glitches in the matrix of this thing, and we're trying to work the kinks out as far as
Yeah.
how this all went down and streamline the process.
And don't worry about sending me an email. Again, walters@detroitcast.com. If you think it's still coming, but you just haven't gotten it yet,
It's not coming.
it's not coming. You need to send me an email and let me know somewhere. We hand sent these out. We printed our own lists.
Yep.
And some people slipped through the cracks for the various reasons. Mostly people struggling to put their address in on Patreon. Sure. It was a pain in the ass for people.
We thought we had them all. There was a handful of stragglers that we reached out to specifically to get addresses personally for.
Yeah.
But it's an imperfect process, man.
Exactly.
We're trying. And we want everybody to get their due.
Yes. And so we don't want to leave people out. We don't want you thinking that if you're worried that we're going to think you're a dick for reaching out to us,
no.
Farthest thing. We really want you guys to be
If you already got one and you're doing it just to get another one, then you're a dick.
Then you're a dick. Yeah.
Actually, you well played. But if you do it for a third time, fuck you, you're a dick.
Don't encourage them. All right, with that, why don't we kill it there?
Okie doke.
Call it a day, T. I want some macaroni and cheese and hot dogs now.
Let's see what we can do.
Yeah, I don't know if we have any of that stuff. All right, kids, we'll be back tomorrow for an all-new episode. Hopefully you'll join us then.